All right, y'all. We are back with another conversation, kisses. Just to put a shout out, our little girl is right behind the camera, so thank you, Tweet.
Yes.
She just shook her head, and today we like to just do kind of a view of some of the things we do.
Hmm.
And today's theme is this, y'all. This is not a theme of we are the masters at what we're about to do.
No.
This is not a theme of y'all need to be being like, oh, raise the bed up, lower the bed. No, no. We're just getting on the
We're
thing.
trial and error.
We're trial and error, and we're focusing on the spirit of getting stuff started.
Right.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing.
It is, because today we're going to be talking about gardening.
Yeah.
As you know, it's May.
Yeah.
Typically, planters plant in April.
Right.
But we had a lot of frost, and we just haven't had time to really do it in our garden like we're used to doing. But
That's it.
what? Never. It's better to start than not
No
start.
time better than right now.
That's right.
I wrote a post saying something like, may you turn the water of your one day into the wine of day one.
All right,
so
now.
there's no better time than today.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about this because we were up at my mom's house.
Yeah.
I was talking to a cousin of mine, and a lot of us, maybe you're somebody, you didn't grow up with all this.
Mm-hmm.
It can be.
Right.
It was intimidating to me.
Yeah.
I remember your mom was like, who is such a green thumb.
She is.
She was like, all you do is put it in the ground. I'm thinking you gotta science it and angle it, but
Your mom and my
Both of
mom
them.
and your grandma
they're the masters.
are the
right?
masters, because you can do the research, but to
Yeah.
see elders really do a craft and
Yeah.
out of basically their own spirit, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, out of nature and everything, and
And
the
the model.
and the
They just
model,
kinda teach
exactly,
it, show it to you.
right? Because my mom was like, "Oh, you just put it in there and just stick it in there." I'm like, "But Mom, I saw these videos with."
Yeah.
They're
They
doing
like,
this
you gotta
and
wait for
got
the
a little
sun to
shovel, and I'm like, she like, no, gotta water it,
Right.
put it in the ground.
My grandma say the same thing.
Exactly. Your grandma doesn't even water her
She don't
garden.
even water it. Right. And we're not saying there's not a science to this.
Right.
But
For
we
sure.
focusing on doing it, and we're just going to show putting this stuff in the ground.
Right. That's it.
Just getting started.
Just getting started.
And this can apply to whatever it is. Might be your business, might be your weight loss thing, might be even be your relationship with God. And you're like, hey, I want to start getting better.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna show y'all putting this in the ground. We're gonna start with these tomatoes.
Exactly. And where we are right now is in our backyard.
Yes.
This was a greenhouse. We had to do one because squirrels were tearing up our garden
Every time they
so
start growing.
last year we got a greenhouse. We were like, okay, we're gonna do it. It grew, but did not bear any fruit.
Yeah.
So this year we're like, okay, so that meant it didn't have something. So we knew we didn't have the sunlight. So now Jamil hooked us up with a chicken wire on the side and kind of opened it up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's it. So hopefully, and then once again, trial and error.
Trial and
Because
error.
in our old
We'll
house,
see.
we had a great little
An
garden
abundance.
going.
So the abundance.
We didn't have all them rodents. So
Right.
we're trying something new. About to show y'all our day
We'll
one.
see.
This is our day one. We'll see how it goes,
Right.
y'all. Let's start with some of these tomatoes over here behind
Okay,
you, babe.
so we just bought some tomatoes. They've been sitting on our deck for a little while because we just haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it today. It's some tomatoes, and how tomatoes grow. They'll grow upright.
Right.
You put them a few inches in the ground. These are called raised gardens. We didn't put them in the ground.
Yeah.
We basically have soil that we keep in there. We bought some more soil this year, and we just till it and kind of
Turn
add
it
the
over.
fertilizer in.
Yeah.
And stick it in the ground and water it.
Yeah. Behind us is some of the blackberry bushes and stuff. So we hoping some of the blackberry and the figs and the grapes may grow in time.
Right.
We're hoping to see if they'll come back. But we're going to focus on the tomatoes.
Can you see it, sweet?
Turn it this side.
Can I get that bread on the counter?
Turn it to this side. Hey, we recording, Cairo.
So yes, this
All right.
is the tomato, and we just got these from Lowe's. Yeah, you just take it out,
Yeah.
and as you can see, these are all the roots
Yeah.
right here. And you kind of just want to break it up at the bottom, babe. If you dig a little hole right here, you break up the roots. Isn't that beautiful? Roots. That's just amazing
I love a
to me.
good tomato too.
Right. You just stick it right down in the hole, and then you put the
Pack it back in.
pack it back in. That's it.
Yeah. And we just press it down, and we'll even get to the watering part and everything.
Exactly. So it's the second one. You just take it out. easy, kind of break up your roots again. And
you
don't
see how that sunlight getting in here now?
Exactly.
It didn't do that before, so hopefully this will be the missing key.
Right. And you don't want to plant them too close together.
Right.
Well, let me take that back. With tomatoes, you kind of want them a little close because they're going to grow and you're going to get this tomato chamber that you have to put up so they won't start leaning all over each other and they'll grow towards each other. So you want them not too close, but close enough where they'll kind of lean on each other.
Just packing it in.
And I advise to keep these little cups. You can always grow your own seedlings from different plants. They're really good. They got the holes in the bottom.
Yeah. And it's something therapeutic about doing this. I tell y'all, something about the earth that just, it gives you a sense of peace. I don't know what that's about, but it made me understand why the old people wasn't as stressed out as the young people.
Exactly. Got one more, babe?
Over here. And it's something good to do with your family too, to do with your kids, show them so they have something later that they know how to do.
Exactly. So this is the same soil we've been using for, what, 2 years, 2 or 3 years? But we just add to it.
Yeah, refertilize it.
Right.
Try different things with it.
So the last thing you want to do, so this is our bed, because I think that's the last tomato.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is even out the soil, because once the water comes on it, you don't want it to just go in a puddle. You want everything to be even.
Yeah.
Evenly distribute once you water it. We'll probably buy some more tomatoes, I think.
Right.
Just to fill it in. Just make sure it's even.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the water going one way and settling.
Yeah.
Pack it in. That's it.
That's it.
The last part is to water it, and when you water it, you actually want to drench it.
Drench it in. Yeah.
Drench it in so it can get used to the soil.
Yeah.
And start getting its roots in the soil.
Absolutely.
Isn't that amazing? It grows from a raised bed.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna do the green peppers over here.
Green peppers. Come on.
You see it, Sweet?
Let us switch it over here.
Okay, you gonna dig the holes out?
Yeah.
These are a little smaller, but I didn't like the big ones for these. Look. And I know people buy little shovels and everything, and gloves. We do it with our hands.
Yeah.
Nothing better than your hands.
And whenever you do something like this and you start getting into it, you start attracting people who know about this stuff and give you different pointers. So you don't have to know everything about this in the start. Just getting started, you'd be surprised how many conversations we have with friends and they're like, oh, what you got in your garden?
Right.
Or they say, oh, do you do this or do you do that? You start figuring out and learning things along the way.
Exactly. I'm gonna put one over here.
Okay.
And these are green peppers. I love planting green peppers because you know they're expensive at the store. They're like over $1 a piece right now.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. But
I'm gonna dig one over this corner.
yeah. Y'all know the green peppers, red peppers come from green peppers. They're just a stage of it. Our son's out here. Shout out, Carol. You loosen those roots out there.
Put them down in the earth. Got that good pine smell. This soil, I like that. Cedar, kind of pine and cedar.
Because we like to do the raised garden because it's more controlled.
Yeah.
When you do it in the ground, those weeds start going and you have to pull up weeds. But with the raised garden, it's just a plant. As you see, we'll give you highlights of it when it starts growing. It'll just grow. minimum weeds are in your raised garden.
And it's good if you're in a neighborhood or got a backyard. You don't necessarily got a big or wide open field.
Right.
It allows it to be a lot more controlled. And my son who's in here, he's not saying too much, but he's here with us. He helped me put up this thing. It took us hours. Well, like I said, it's good stuff to be able to do with your family. My daughter helps my wife out with putting this stuff in the ground a lot of times. So it's a good thing to be able to do together. Good bonding time.
Sure. You gotta be careful because some of these things you can't hardly see.
I know. Yeah. Usually we put the labels down with them.
And see, we don't measure or anything. We just basically estimate.
Right.
You know how long your inches are and everything.
Right.
Tomatoes and green peppers, they grow straight up. Green peppers specifically don't really have that many limbs, but tomatoes, they have a little bit more. You can prune them from the bottom and everything.
Yeah.
Green peppers, they're very skinny, stalky kind of
Is that the last
plants. Two more.
Two more?
Yeah.
Over here. I want to say too, don't always let people psych you out from getting this stuff started.
Yeah.
I remember in our last home, we had, remember that yard we had no grass for the longest time? It was just dirt.
People would pick at us because we had.
Yeah, I remember your cousin, she came to our house, she was younger then. She was like, where y'all grass at?
And I was like, thanks.
You know, because it was just straight dirt. We had so many trees.
Yeah.
But over some time, we was able to start cutting the trees down, and we didn't know anything about putting sod down. I've never grown up doing it or seen it done. But lo and behold, we just got bold enough, and me and my son put the sod down.
Yeah.
We had some naysayers, right? They was like, that ain't gonna never grow.
Mm-hmm.
But I took the word of your mom.
Yeah.
She was like, it's gonna catch.
She was like, if you got sunlight and water,
It's
gonna
gonna
grow.
catch. And not fully knowing what we were doing, which I'm not saying to do everything like just on the fly, but don't let people intimidate you if there's something you want to try out, you know?
Yeah.
Because it did catch, you end up becoming a beautiful grass and
Oh
front
my
yard,
gosh,
you know?
That yard was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
And the backyard, you remember? There
Yeah,
wasn't any hardly grass
we
back
sodded
there.
our whole backyard, and these are things we didn't grow up seeing done.
Yeah.
So I think that's good, boo.
Yeah. So the only thing we have left are the squash.
Yeah.
So when you buy squash, when I first bought squash, I did not know that when you open it, there's more than one plant in it. So you can see when you buy a squash, there's like 3 in here.
Yeah.
Unlike tomato and green pepper, it's going to be one plant. You buy squash, it might have 3 or 4 in there.
Yeah.
And they grow on the ground like cucumbers.
Yeah.
So they need a little bit more space than these plants do.
Yeah. We're gonna probably just put maybe you gonna put like one over in there, or where you want to put it.
We wasn't gonna have this on bed. I guess we can grow
That's
it
the
over
thing,
here.
because I was saying right now these are the only 2 that have the soiling down.
So, because these we have 6.
Oh, they may have, yeah. So I'll tell you what we'll do, babe, is we just gonna go ahead and show the soaking of this one.
Okay.
Instead of doing the squash, we'll put in the squash another time and show that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, y'all, because of the preparation of the beds right now, we're gonna go ahead and get the water hose. Carl, you get the water hose and cut the water on for me. And we're gonna go ahead and drench this down.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get the squash down a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna drench our blackberries back there.
Yeah.
There's,
Figs.
I don't think that's a fig tree. I think those are all berries.
Berries, that's right.
Yeah,
Right.
that might 2 blueberries and maybe
I know that's a blackberry. You still got the label.
Well, okay, blackberry, blueberry.
Yeah, you're right.
Is one of them blueberry?
Right.
Maybe raspberry.
Yeah. Okay, appreciate it.
One time we had blueberries up there, but of course squirrels and birds kept eating them. So
Yeah.
that was that.
Tweet, point it over to the tomatoes first, and we're gonna drench that one first.
This bed right here.
That bed right over here.
It's already pointed at it. The video.
Yeah. You good? Got it down on it. Perfect. Thank you, Tweet. You got it on? Go ahead and turn it on.
Thank you, Cairo.
Yes.
Don't spray me now.
We're going just old school faucet hose.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you get a lot of water down so it's drenched down all the way to the roots.
And so once you start seeing them growing, it's called flowering. They'll start getting, I believe, tomatoes get a yellow bud on it.
Yeah.
The peppers get a white bud on it.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's about to come to fruition, and you might see a little seed growing.
That's it.
I love that part.
I love that. I love that because it reminds you everything take time.
Yeah.
Whenever you start something and you like worrying about, man, is it ever gonna grow? Is this business gonna ever start catching? Am I ever gonna lose weight? Is this relationship with God gonna ever get tangible? You gotta know it's gonna take some time before it breaks through the ground and comes to fruition and blossom.
Exactly.
So just because you don't see nothing don't mean it's not growing.
Exactly.
You know?
Everything takes nurturing,
That's
watering.
I think that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
Now we're coming over to the peppers. And what we'll do later, babe, you'll tell them about the little wiring. There's a little wiring setup you'll put up so that so it'll kind of grow up and it'll catch to it and hold it as it's growing up.
Yeah, because tomato plants get heavy.
Yes.
So once the the tomato starts growing, it'll start going to the side and leaning down.
Yeah.
So the little holder, little metal thing, it helps keep them up and give it support.
Yes.
As it grows.
That's probably pretty good, huh? A little bit more.
Yeah. And can you water those blueberries?
Yeah.
Blueberries. I hope we get some fruit.
Because them blackberries, the limbs are coming up.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we get some fruit. Maybe the sunlight
Right.
should improve that. Get that one drenched back there.
Yeah.
And the blueberries, you need them to come back to life. We need a resurrection. Come on. We need a resurrection. Right? Come on now.
They plant my, show them how you do the little aloe vera too.
Oh yeah. You got somewhere you want to put it down or you want to do it
Put that on the
next
deck, but we can put it.
Oh,
I can
okay.
plant it in here.
Okay. But we'll probably stop with this, I think. You got a pretty good process with this one. Oh, you want to do it
No,
right?
it's today.
Okay. All right. So we've gotten everything pretty drenched up back here. And that's our day one, family. This is just getting started. It's not as hard as you think. It does take a little bit of getting your spacing together. A lot of these things like the flower bedding and everything, they're not as expensive as you think. And sometimes if you're crafty enough, you can kind of make your own if you're good enough with them. But they're not as expensive as you think. You can kind of just put them in a good safe space, a good corner in your backyard, and kind of just get started.
Turn it off.